Coming up, Ole Miss IMC alumna Asia Branch makes history at Miss USA.
Find out about how she plans on giving back to the community. The latest on that and more next.
Good evening and thank you for tuning in to Newswatch Ole Miss. I'm Mason SCIONEAUX.
And I'm KYLEE DEDMON. Ole Miss IMC student Asia Branch was recently crowned Miss USA earlier this week. Branch explains how excited and thankful she is to be crowned the first Miss USA from Mississippi. She exclaims that she is still running on adrenaline and that it doesn't feel real, but how joyful and honored she is to have won.
I honestly, it still hasn't even sunk in. I'm just over the moon and so thankful, and I'm just excited. It's just like I'm filled with so much joy and excitement. I'm still running on adrenaline. It's such an honor to have been able to represent the state of Mississippi and to be the first Miss USA from the state of Mississippi.
Branch's platform Love Letters was thought of from her own experience with her father. She explains how important letters from loved ones in jail are to help the family stay positive and connected during these hardships for when they are reunited again. Asia Branch now.
I have a program called Love Letters where we donate stationery and stamps to the jails. I know that my letters from my dad are what kept me positive and strong throughout those hardships. And so just being able to write your children, being able to write your mother, whomever it is that's at home, being able to keep that bond so that when you are released, you have a foundation to help you reintegrate into society.
Asia Branch now awaits for the Miss Universe pageant happening next year.
Ole Miss Athletics was quick to raise the new state flag. Emma Harrington has more on the changes.
This year, many things have changed, and some for the better. This past Tuesday, November 3rd, was Election Day in the United States. One of the measures on the ballot that passed was a new flag for the state of Mississippi.
We knew how important it was, and the Speaker of the House had come up to our campus and met with a couple of our student athletes, a couple of our football players, that kind of got the conversation started. We were told that maybe a visit from us and obviously other administrators and coaches from around the state could help in Jackson as the legislature was making their decision. So we went down and obviously talked to a lot of folks, and hopefully our presence there did help kind of push it to the finish line. I think this is a really big step for us. I think as our coaches go out and recruit, and a lot of times there are coaches from other institutions that would hold that state flag against us. You don't want to go to Mississippi because of this. And now having a flag that represents really all of us as Mississippians, it's going to be great.
Well, it's an awesome day. A lot of work went into this and a lot of years, so just fortunate to be part of it, and just really happy for our state.
Just incredibly proud that I was able to play a small part in the raising of the flag, but more importantly too, just proud that Mississippi has a flag that's inclusive for everybody.
And I think our coaches are excited, our student athletes are excited, and it's something that will absolutely unite us here in the state of Mississippi, and we're excited about it.
Change is coming, and it's starting right here at the University of Mississippi. Emma Harrington, Newswatch Ole Miss.
The new flag can now be seen flying high campus-wide. Thanks, Emma. And Ole Miss expands COVID-19 testing for those of you staying in Oxford for finals week and Thanksgiving. All students, faculty, and staff qualify for free testing even if they have been tested before. This comes with seeing higher numbers of active coronavirus cases around our area. The university is currently reporting 35 active cases, 29 of these from students. The community is seeing 129 active cases within Lafayette County. Mississippi reporting over 1,200 new cases, and the nation is expecting to see higher numbers across the states with the holidays and flu season. The Institute of Child Nutrition at the university supports health professionals across the country, but the pandemic made its mission a challenge. The ICN went virtual with a slew of digital options since March. It has offered 117 Zoom sessions with over 2,200 attendees, and the virtual sessions are scheduled through January. Part of the School of Applied Sciences, the ICN is the only center of its kind in the country, and its work is essential to health professionals tackling nutritional issues in schools, child care centers, and other state agencies.
The Oxford Fire Department is using this time to do a little good for the Oxford community with Thanksgiving approaching. Well, more than their usual acts of heroism. Reporter KYLEE Crafton joins us now with the story.
It's a season of giving, and Oxford firefighters are doing just that. Throughout the year, the Oxford Fire Department works hard to keep us safe, and now they're making sure residents don't go hungry throughout the holidays.
During the holiday season, the Oxford Fire Department is keeping busy in more ways than usual. For the second year, OFD has been working to provide meals for families throughout the community. Fire Inspector Josh Ferguson shares that it's a way to address a need within the community that often goes unrecognized.
You know, when people think of Oxford, they think it's, just a wealthy town and doesn't have the problem of kids not having enough to eat, and it's just, simply not the case. And that's, what we were trying to do is just to raise awareness and just get these, the children, the families that need a little help, just to give them a little help so that they can enjoy their holidays together.
The Thanksgiving food drive started last year when the department was able to provide meals for 50 families. And now they've doubled that number by collecting enough goods to distribute meal boxes and turkeys to 100 families. Ferguson shares that when the department began this drive, the community responded instantly.
Once we started it, it just spread so quick. Everybody was so willing to help pitch in, so I think it shows just how great of a community Oxford is.
Ferguson also says that they've received so many donations that they're looking to provide families with meals for Christmas as well. And he says that the fire department enjoys serving the community in a different way.
What we do as firemen, we're responding to mainly crisis. Somebody's in an emergency situation, and it's nice to be able to contribute, to somebody in a proactive way instead of a reactive way. So
OFD is still collecting food and financial contributions for the Thanksgiving food drive and the anticipated Christmas food drive. They'll also be beginning their annual toy drive after Thanksgiving. You can visit their Facebook page to stay in tune with these events and more. KYLEE Crafton, Newswatch, Ole Miss.
Thank you, KYLEE.
Another week of mild temperatures here in Oxford, and one to expect cooler weather moving in.
And how to prepare for your finals and Thanksgiving week when we return.
Each year, hurricanes and major flooding threaten cities, towns, and rural homes across the Gulf states. So chances are there will be more storms and floods near here again. And between school, sports, and social lives, chances are you won't be with your kids when it happens. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids has all the educational tools and information to make the conversation easy. When the time comes, chances are they'll feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family today.
Hi, I'm Matthew Fry, and welcome back to Newswatch. Tonight's forecast will be a low 45 degrees, with clear skies with winds coming in from the east. Looking on over to tomorrow's forecast, it will be a mild 73 degrees, with clear and sunny skies, with winds coming in from the southeast at a harsh 5 to 10 miles per hour. Looking on over to the weekend, there will be mostly sunny skies and light winds will roll in throughout the weekend. Happy holidays and hotty toddy.
After the Ole Miss football team took care of Vanderbilt, it was the Lady Rebels soccer team's turn to get their crack at the Commodores. Coming up next in sports, I'll give you soccer's postseason picture after Saturday and all of the latest, so stay tuned.
Hey world, I have a quick message. It's about safe driving. All right, let's go. Anytime you're driving, have the seatbelt buckled tight, both hands on the wheel and your phone out of sight. When not in your hand trying to text somebody back, because if you do, your car might get smacked. The moral of the story, just put your phone down. The people on the road will stay safe and sound. Put your phone down, put your phone down. People on the road will stay safe and sound. Yeah.
Miss Rebels are looking for their first back-to-back wins of the season, and they could get it done at home against South Carolina tomorrow. Head coach Lane Kiffin believes that the formula for victory is a strong defensive showing.
You know, these guys can run the ball really well. You know, I remember watching the other side of the ball, watching them against, you know, we were getting ready for Vanderbilt. You know, and they did a great job running the ball that day. So, you know, anytime a team can run the ball well, especially when we've not been good at stopping it, you know, we're going to need to do that regardless of who's handing it off.
After record-setting performances from quarterback Matt Corral and wide receiver Elijah Moore, the Ole Miss offense looks to capitalize off of success from the last game. With the Gamecocks coming to Oxford, sports director Jason Price has all the stats you need in this week's Shark Bite Shakedown.
Last Saturday might have been a little bland without a Rebel game day, but a bye week is just what Ole Miss needed for a strong back half of the season. Lane Kiffin and the squad welcomed 2-4 South Carolina, who's coming off back-to-back blowout losses to LSU and Texas A&M. The Gamecocks found success earlier in the season when they could get running back Kevin Harris into a group. Quarterback Colin Hill also loves to target senior receiver Shi Smith, who has just racked up under 500 yards on the season. For the Rebels, the game will be decided on the defensive side of the ball. Ole Miss is allowing on average 230 rushing yards per game, so containing Kevin Harris will be a key for a Rebel victory. On the offensive side of the ball for Ole Miss, expect preparation during the bye week to shine through the play calling and tempo. As long as the defense helps the offense by standing strong on a few drives, Ole Miss could roll to 3-5 with a pace to finish the season at 500 or better.
The last time Lane Kiffin faced the Gamecocks as a head coach was in 2009 when he defeated South Carolina as head honcho of the Tennessee Volunteers. See if Kiffin and the Rebels can come out on top tomorrow at 6:30 p.m. On to hoops. Ole Miss fans can look forward to seeing 3 new talented prospects on the hardwood for the 2021-2022 season. Head men's basketball coach Kermit Davis picked up Grant Slatton, Deshaun Ruffin, and James White on National Signing Day, adding to another top 30 recruiting class. These are 3 terrific offensive players, and we can expect to see them scoring at all levels for the Rebs next season. The goal for Coach Davis and his staff is to secure the best player in Mississippi. Well, they have done just that with Deshaun Ruffin, who is a 4-star prospect and ranked at top 5 guard in the country. His resume speaks for itself. It is no secret that Coach Davis brings talent to Oxford. Once again, he has secured top players with the addition of 6'5" guard Grant Slatton, who is ranked at number 7 in the state of Tennessee. And last but not least, another 6'5" guard, James White, who is the number 9 player in the state of Georgia. We can expect these big men to do big things in the Pavilion next season. The Ole Miss women's soccer team went head-to-head on the road Sunday against the number 13 Lady Commodores. With Vandy controlling the pitch for the first 45 minutes and pivotal saves by Ole Miss goalkeeper Ashley Orcus, it would be no easy win for either SEC team. Vanderbilt took an early lead in the 9th minute, but the Lady Rebels would hold them at 1-0 at halftime. Ole Miss came out hot in the second half, scoring off a connection between freshman Ramsey Davis and Lucy Green to tie it up in the 86th minute. The Rebels would wrap things up quickly in overtime to secure the win on the road. Ole Miss hopes to take this momentum with them to Orange Beach, Alabama for the SEC tournament on Sunday, November 15th. Ole Miss baseball will close their 2020 fall season on Sunday at 1 with their annual Pizza Bowl, a tradition head coach Mike Bianco brought to Oxford when he started in the summer of 2000. The Pizza Bowl will be a 9-inning contest coached by veteran players in which pitchers can only pitch a maximum of 2 innings each. If the game goes into extra innings, the teams will begin with the bases loaded and 1 out. At the conclusion of the game, the winning team will receive a pizza party while the losers run on the field. Due to the COVID-19 pandemic, the event will not be open to the public. Well, that's all we've got for sports, but make sure to follow us on Instagram at Newswatch Ole Miss for more of your favorite sports updates. Now, back to you.
Thanks, Emily. A reopening in Oxford has been awaiting for is finally complete.
And when to expect the construction down University Avenue to end after we return.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
"15 months of renovation for Kroger in Oxford is finally complete. The company deciding to almost double their facility after 20 years of service.
Adding to a normal grocery store visit and expansion of the pharmacy, kitchen supply, and beauty section, but most importantly is the added beer cave, sushi bar, and Starbucks. And don't worry too much because the construction around Kroger should be finished in December.
That's all we have for today. Thank you for tuning in to Newswatch Ole Miss. I'm Mason SCIONEAUX.
You can catch us back on air in January, but make sure to follow us on social media for updates on news Ole Miss, Oxford, and beyond. I'm KYLEE DEDMON. Thank you and have a wonderful rest of your year.